Hi, I'm Lars Hoffman here at ICANN 54 with Valerie Tan, who has just been elected to the GNSO Council. Valerie, how did you actually get involved with ICANN?
So thank you, Lars, for having me here to talk a bit about my appointment to the GNSO Council from the nominating committee. So my first acquaintance with ICANN was as a law student. And then during that time, the ICANN UDRP, and who is very quickly became a fascination for most of us. And at the time, ICANN to a lot of us was this great institution that churned out rules, that allowed the internet to work perfectly. When I joined the private sector later on, I had the opportunity to work with ICANN on various aspects, and being in the telecoms and internet technology sectors, that quickly became a great piece of the work that I did. And when ICANN expanded and globalized around the world, setting up its Singapore hub, I then had more of an opportunity to become engaged as a business stakeholder. And one fine day, somebody suggested that I should apply for a NomCom position, and I wasn't quite sure what it meant, but I was guaranteed that it would not be boring, and so I did, and so I'm here, and I'm very glad to be here. It's really an eye-opener for me these couple of days, being in various workshops of the GNSO Council, and I do realize I really have a lot of work to do to get up to speed with the various working groups, with the various transition projects, and there's so much important work ahead.
Well, we're very glad to have you here at ICANN.
Thank you.
And you mentioned briefly that you are from Singapore. Do you think you obviously bring a certain aspect of diversity to ICANN and the GNSO? Do you think that is important, and if so, why?
Yes, I think one of the challenges, I guess, facing the organization going forward is really diversity, or divergent or diverse views. I mean, given various projects that are ongoing, like the new GTLD rounds and the IANA stewardship transition, I guess we're looking at space in the internet that is going to be a lot larger, where there are going to be more stakeholders, more communities that have not yet been present now, taking part in the multi-stakeholder model process. So I think it's important because, especially coming from Asia, and the region where we're seeing almost, I've just received some new statistics that more than about 50% of users on the internet now come from the Asia Pacific region. So from a policy and building perspective, I think that part of the work has a lot of scope for representation in the future years ahead.
This is the first time, Valerie, that you are on the GNSO Council as a NomCom Appointee. What do you expect for your two-year term? What do you think lies in store for you?
So one thing that I have come to take away from the couple of days having been involved really in GNSO Council discussions is that I'm assured of myself that it will not be a boring appointment. I mean, there's just so much intellectual stimulation. I mean, it's just the topics and the fact that there can be varying perspectives, and also the possibility, I think, for discussions where at some point in time, people agree to disagree and then come to a consensus. And I think that's really important because the work of the GNSO Council is to manage the policy development process, and the community looks to the Council for that leadership role. Okay.
Valerie, thank you very much for your time, and I'm looking forward to seeing you over the next 2 years with the GNSO and here at ICANN.
Thank you, Lars.
Thank you.